Hey, this is Trader Travis with another 10-minute retirement trader income report. Now, this income report is 2 months combined. And for those who are new to these income reports, what I am doing in this case study, it's a 5-year case study where I'm attempting to grow an account by 60% per year. I started with $10,000 back in May of 2017. And as of today, I'm currently in the process of trading on year 2. And this is what the journey will look like. You know, if I carry it forward 10 years, it'll be $1 million account in 10 years, but I'm only carrying it forward to 5 years to $100,000 account, showing a real life case study of how I, as a single man, achieve financial freedom. I keep saying my family and I often, I'll say how my wife and I achieve financial freedom, which is technically true. We were married at the time. But, you know, marriage and 3 kids later, I'm like, I can't fund a household of 5 over $100,000 account. So we are building up that account and earning income through other methods. Now, with that being said, let me drop you into my current performance. And before I get to this year's performance year to date, let me come back to the 6 to 10K case study I talked about, where I'm showing my students how to earn 6 to 10K a month. I decided, let me stay focused here. So I'll just give you the performance right now, and this will be the last time I talk about it. But if you're a member of the Success Academy, you will see the ending results of this case study. So I set out to show them how to earn 6 to 10K a month. You know, for those who've managed to grow their account, this is post 5-year retirement plan when you have a bigger account. Currently, it's slightly underperforming a bit. It's averaging about 4 to 5K a month, which is still not bad. It represents about a 2.7% return on my money each month. But the target was 6 to 10K. So I'm failing there, but it's still a pretty decent return. Now, let's come back to the premier case study, the 5-year retirement plan, or the journey to 100K, as I also call it. And thus far, year-to-date performance is 51.86% compared to the S&P 500, 8%. Now, when I say performance, I'm talking about growth. The growth of the account so far is 51.86%. Now, do keep in mind here, these are real money trades. I am not, giving any kind of investment advice. This is just for kind of educational, informational purposes only, simulating how my wife and I created financial independence. Now, the growth, remember I talked about growth. Here's a breakdown of that 51% growth. So far, actual trading performance, like me placing trades, option trades, I've only made $600 for the year, $637. My target is $2,400. And as of this recording, I have about 2 more months left in the year, actually 3 more months left in the year to hit that target. So we shall see. Family Freedom Fund, this is buy and hold. Okay, this is buy and hold plus conservative option trading. So I'm pretty much buying and holding stocks like everyone else, but I add one really conservative option strategy to that. Now, this was last year's performance. This is a carrier retreat from last year. I had a stock I have not closed out yet. I bought it in 2017. I haven't closed that stock yet. So what I've earned on this is $1,600. And the target for that was just don't lose money. I did not want last year's, carryover stocks to hurt this year's performance. I also started another buy and hold case study this year on the Family Freedom Fund. The performance on that, how much money I've actually earned investing that strategy is $677. And then the target was $800. And lastly, personal contributions. That was part of our, journey to getting, becoming financially independent. Personal contributions so far this year have been about $2,900. So as you can see, the personal contributions have contributed most of the growth to this account. Most of this 51% growth comes from personal contributions. But let me address the critics right now. That is according to plan. So 2 points here. Number one, that's according to plan. Most of that 51% growth coming from personal contributions is according to plan. 2, again, this is a simulation of the path my wife and I took to become financially independent. And I put that on the site where this video is at, because every time I post these performance reports, I want people to read this. Again, this is how we did it. High savings, prudent investing, and getting out of debt. See, many have tried to create wealth without saving money all have failed. There is no wealth without savings. And I've been studying wealth for a very long time. I've studied people who achieve financial independence in 10 years or less. Having a high savings rate was a common denominator between all of them. Even if you screw up investing and you have a high savings rate, that will pick up your slack. And so what you want to do, and what happens is initially most of your growth will come from personal contributions. You do that until the power of compounding takes over, and then the returns you get from your account will far exceed what you can personally contribute to the account. You can personally contribute to the account. I was like, something doesn't sound right about that. Anyway, so most give up before that point, though. You know, they're trying to invest their way to financial freedom, and you can do it. It just takes a lot longer. So now let's give you another snapshot here in terms of percentages. So my investment returns in total. So I added up all these 616, 677. So I added up all my investment returns across the strategies. In total, I've earned $2,900 from my investments. So that's 18% growth in the account. So that's actual my trading performance for the year, about 18% across all my strategies. Personal contributions, $5,340. That's how much I've contributed in total to the account. All right, sorry about that. I had to make a slight edit there. I had my personal contributions wrong. My personal contributions were $5,340 for the year. And if you come here, this is the percentages. So my investment returns equal 18.5% of this 51% growth. And personal contributions, as I talked about, is responsible for most of the growth. And that's 33% comes from personal contributions. So investment returns, as an investor, I'm still not doing bad. 18% compared to the S&P 500, 8%. But still, the critics may be like, oh, yeah, it's 50% growth, but it's coming from personal contributions. You know what? When people say that, it's kind of sad to me because all they are doing is kind of broadcasting their, ignorance about building wealth and creating financial independence. Because again, when you study wealth, you study people who've achieved financial independence, you will find that, having a high savings rate really contributed to their accelerated retirement plan. So we will just say a silent prayer for those ignorant critics. Now, I will leave you with the same myths I talked about before. Options are risky. You can lose all of your money. Well, the market went through a 10% correction this year. So let's pull up the S&P 500 here, and let's pull up a 1-year chart here. And let me get rid of all these lines because they're not needed for this particular video. And we see here that the market went through a 10% correction, but yet I'm still surviving, right? I didn't lose all my money. And not only that, I still have an 18% growth in my account. This is investment returns compared to S&P. So again, every day I'm demonstrating that options, if used correctly, can reduce your overall investment risk and enhance your returns. So I didn't blow out my account. So when you hear this, I want you to, well, this is what I did. I can't tell you what to do, but I didn't blindly believe this like sheep. Just believe anything someone tells you, right? I'm hard-headed. I'm like, you know what? Let me verify this. I believe you, but let me verify it. And so when I verified it again, I realized, yeah, options are leverage. My account sometimes swings up and down like a yo-yo, but when you use them correctly, they can reduce your overall investment risk. Again, the summary of how I invest, my philosophy, my approaches, I invest small dollar amounts, and then I use the leverage of options to earn extraordinary returns with minimal risk. That 18% performance is generally accomplished leaving a majority of my account in cash. Then I invest buy and hold, broad-based ETFs to get average returns, and then I supplement that with conservative options to get above average returns. So I will leave you with, where I'm at right now. The goal is to grow this account by 60% for the year. So as you can see here, I have about 3 more months to get an extra 9%, which should be no problem because I have one more personal contribution due here in December. That's going to represent about 6.7% of the account. So unless the market crashes or I do something stupid in the next 3 months, I should hit my target. And it's more likely that I will do something stupid than it is for the market to crash because I am human. So I hope you have enjoyed this income report. It's been my honor to serve you. Take care. See you in the next income report. Bye-bye.